russosbrand.com, where the pros are the pros. Can you bring that thing up? It's on WrestleZone.
I don't have it. I don't.
Okay, let me get a few.
You're talking about the Jake thing.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Because bro, this is the thing that people don't understand. People that watch and follow wrestling, they don't understand this stuff. And this is the type of stuff, man, I am trying to educate you on. And that's why, Jeff, this stuff doesn't bother me, because I know where it comes from. Green Guy sends this to me. That's how I find out about it, right? Jake the Snake Roberts on WWE Hall of Fame prospects of Vince Russo. F-U-C-K, no. Wrestling legend Jake the Snake Roberts was inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame in 2014, so we have some insight into what it takes to be considered in such an elite class. Bro, do we really want to get into the characters in that elite class? Do we really want to get into some of their backgrounds of Jake Roberts and Superfly Jimmy Snuka and Tammy Sitch? Do we really want to get into their the elite class? Okay, he doesn't think Vince Russo belongs and expressed as much on his Snake Pit podcast when asked if the former head writer deserves an induction. Fine, bro. You don't think I deserve to be in the Hall of Fame? That's fine. Like, I've asked to be in the Hall of Fame, Jeff. Like, how many times have I said the Hall of Fame is a sham and a freaking joke? So like, is he under the assumption that I want to be in the Hall of Fame? He says, okay, next question, Roberts answered while laughing. F-U-C-K, no. My dead dog had better ideas than he did. Okay.
That's just, if anybody thinks that's even makes a lick of sense, it's like, dude, I swear to God, every time you get a criticism for your terrible ideas and all this shit, while you and Ed took them out of the gutter to the best ratings that they ever had. It's just like saying Hank Aaron couldn't hit a fucking home run. Like, I'm so tired of this shit. How do you put up with this for so freaking long?
Well, see, Jeff, here's the thing, though, that people have to understand. Because, guys, I always tell you, this is what I try to teach you. Logic. You got to always go back to logic. So, of course, logically, bro, we know the numbers. We know what the numbers are. What Jeff said. We know the numbers. The numbers are there. So when he says my dead dog had better ideas than he did, okay, bro, you've got to understand one thing now. Let me explain all of this to you. First of all, bro, whenever I was at a wrestling company with Jake Roberts, whether it be the WWE, whether it be TNA, he might have had a stint, bro, in WCW when I was there. I don't even remember.
I don't think he did.
Okay.
Because I watched Jeff, all of that and I don't remember him.
Whenever I was working at the same company with him, Jeff, he would always be so in and out of the company because of the problems and the issues that he was having that I never worked with Jake Roberts. I never wrote a story for Jake Roberts. He has no idea what Vince Russo wrote and didn't write. As a matter of fact, Jeff, what's ironic, when Austin cut that 316 promo on Jake Roberts, who did Austin come to with the promo to bounce it off? Me, bro. So I guess Steve Austin, I guess his dead dog knew more than I did. But my point is, I never wrote for the guy. I never was around him long enough because he was in and out, Jeff, in and out, in and out, in and out. And guys, you don't believe me, bro, go back to his TNA appearance when I was working there. Okay. You never saw him again after that. So the reality of the situation is he's making comments about me. I never wrote for him. He has no idea what I wrote or didn't wrote. But that's not what matters. What matters, bro, is what we just talked about. You bury Vince Russo. You say F no in the Hall of Fame. You're trying to get over with the cool kids, bro. You talk about trying to stay relevant. Here's a guy who doesn't know me. We spent 0 time together. He literally is looking at record-setting ratings and then making the comment that my dead dog had better ideas than he did. That's because, bro, he's trying to stay over with the cool kids. You think Jake Roberts gives a shit about Vince Russo either way? You think Jake Roberts has any idea what I wrote, what I didn't wrote? He knows none of that. He knows, bro, these dirt sheet writers are always looking for that Vince Russo soundbite. That's why they asked the question. Why in God's name would you ask a guy the question, should Vince Russo be in the WWE Hall of Fame, when I never even worked with the guy?
Yeah,
why would you ask him that? Now, if you want to ask Kurt Angle, Mick Foley, The Rock, Taker, Vince McMahon, Triple H, fine. Bro, I hardly ever worked with this guy. Why would you ask him that question?
But they won't look at this logically. Nobody's going to look at this and say, wait a minute. When Vince Russo became head writer at WWF, Jake wasn't even there anymore. And he wasn't there during the Attitude Era when you were the head writer. And he wasn't there at WCW. And he was barely at TNA. So how does he know all these? And
I was at TNA for 10 years. Bro, I remember him coming in for one night.
Yeah, I don't even remember him. So
bro, if you saw it, you would remember it because it's unforgettable.
And then, wait a minute. Well, if his ideas were so crappy, how come so many people watched when he was the writer? But these people can't think for themselves. Yeah, they can't. They're going to see that and be like, oh, yeah, the Russos suck. Jake Roberts said so. There's another person. Yeah. It's like nobody can think for themselves.
Oh,
like you talk about logic. You brought up logic. There is zero logic in any of that.
Well, but if Sean Sapp wants to really talk about somebody trying to stay relevant, that's how you stay relevant, bro. You say the things that are over with the cool kids, bro. That's how you stay relevant. Not me actually talking about this shit that is the entire industry to me is an absolute embarrassment. I'm not talking about it, bro, if I'm trying to stay relevant.